Thank you for joining us tonight to ask us anything. So please ask us.
This is Sunday, April 7th. This is the day before totality. And we spent the weekend pretty much driving through the zone of totality, particularly through the state of Indiana yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my goodness, we'll have in the newsletter tomorrow a story that says something like 25% of all those seeing the eclipse are using their RV to camp out and to hang out in to watch the eclipse tomorrow on Monday. But along the way, we tried to spend a couple of campgrounds because we were coming back from our property in Tennessee and we wanted to follow our 3:30 rule. Nothing open at all. We could get something just south of Louisville, but that was a little too close. So nothing we could find. And then we tried Harvest Host. They were all booked up. Farmers were renting out their fields and people were staying in those. And we saw some bonfires as we were coming. People are already celebrating. And all up and down I-65 were signs which said, expect massive traffic jams, come early, stay put, stay over, don't try and get home right afterwards.
Stock up on gas and food.
Yeah, it said stock up on gas because they expect massive jams. So anyway, I wonder how many of you are out there tonight and are out to watch the eclipse. We arrived late last night and are still pretty beat up. It was a 600-mile drive pulling our fifth wheel here.
And I got to say, you don't even know that fifth wheel's back there.
No.
90% of the time, you don't know it's back there.
And
once in a while when you stop, that
every now and then you stop.
There.
And
when you hit a bumpy road, something's back there.
But yeah, it really does. And it's been a year, I guess we're going on a year and a half, almost 2 years, right?
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Isn't that amazing? How fast time goes. So we have really enjoyed this thing, and it is now up on our Michigan 10 acres, and we're going to probably leave it here for quite some time. We have our spring gathering in Shipshewana, which is just south of us here in Indiana, our spring gathering in June. So we will probably do some camping in Michigan and then go down to that, and we're going to have a great time.
And I got to say, you back this up without any help from me.
One take, as we say in TV. One take. Yeah.
So I'm proud of you.
Well, I think, as we were told when we took our driving schools that, just keep doing it and practicing. And the more you drive, the better it will be. So it's been fun. A couple of announcements for the week ahead. One, on Thursday, we will have an Amazon Live. We've got 25 must-have Amazon camping products that we want to profile and show you. And I'm going to ask you guys to subscribe to us on Amazon Live. We do these almost, and we will be doing them almost weekly. They're really fun. They're like show and tell. This is the product I got for this, and here's how it works. And then we answer questions. They're kind of like Ask Us Anything. And I have 25 of them. Now, if you go there now, you'll see it's scheduled. There's only 4 or 5 of them that are entered. I haven't entered the rest in yet, but there'll be 25.
You're going to do 25?
25, and it's kind of like taking it to school. And this is for this. And these are the most used products. They're all from, I think pretty much all of them will be from Camco, which is our favorite supplier because they're made in the USA, Camco stuff. So that's on Thursday at 7 o'clock. And you can find it at that link on the screen. And if you would subscribe to us on Amazon Live, and then you'll get notified when we do them. But we'll also simulcast it on, you'll find it on our RV Lifestyle community as well. So that's going to be there. Then Saturday, remember those old racetrack commercials? Saturday at Talladega Driveway. Well, Saturday on YouTube, on our RV Lifestyle YouTube channel, we are going to start our 5-part series, Back to a B, in which we reveal to you our take on what Class B RVs are like now. It's been about 5 years since we were really in a Class B and have done any camping in it. and things changed. And so with our friend Nick Schmidt from Sunshine State RV in Gainesville, Florida, we tested out 5 different Class Bs, 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. We tested the Sprinter chassis, the Ram ProMaster chassis. We tested short ones, 20 feet, long ones, 24. And we are going to show you what we think is the best of all of those. And stay tuned. It'll be really a 6-part series, 5 reviews, and then a part 6. And that will start on our RV Lifestyle YouTube channel next Saturday. So that was fun. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot more work than I thought it would be.
Oh, I know you're always optimistic.
Yeah, well,
I knew that was
excited.
going to be work, but it was fun.
Yeah, but it was great. And thanks to Nick and Sunshine State for letting us dirty up all those new Class Bs.
I really felt wicked.
Yeah, we did.
Taking a brand new RV and
and we drove
using it
hundreds of miles and had a great time. So those are our 2 big announcements, and we hope that you guys will join us. Also, again, we have just been blown away with our RV Lifestyle community. We're now well over 10,000 members. And if you haven't joined yet, now is the time. Go right there tonight. We always kind of do an afterglow on the community and answer any questions or continue conversations. And, we'll be on there in an hour or so after we do it. And but you can chat, you can meet other people. There are 20 different groups there about the RV lifestyle. It's free. It's off Facebook, so none of that nastiness and none of the craziness on Facebook. Please come and join that. There. That's enough of our public service announcements. Let's get to your questions, your comments, and we'll do our best to answer them and respond. Ty Webb.
I live off I-74 in central Indiana, and I have seen many more RVs than normal for this time of year. Great to see everyone getting out for such an event.
Yeah, it really was fun. And we noticed them pretty much all on I-65. That's the route we took we started off last week in Florida and went up to Tennessee. I-40, we didn't notice so many going east towards Nashville from our property there in Tennessee, but all up 65, particularly to northern Indiana or northern Kentucky and Indiana. That big swath cuts through Indiana, and everybody was there. Are you fan?
We are going to barbecue in our driveway. 88% of the totalitarian central New Jersey.
Yeah, that's about what it is here in Michigan, and that's enough for me. I'll probably be working on the podcast because Monday's our podcast production day, but we'll try and sneak out of the studio in the afternoon to go watch it. But yeah, I know everybody's excited about it, and it'll be fun, and that'll be good. Life and death.
I-95 had 2+ hours of stop and go traffic, bumper to bumper after the 2017 eclipse. Massive is an understatement.
Yeah, and I think they're expecting that in Texas and all across that big swath of totality. So yeah,
folks,
I'm kind of glad I'm not out there.
Fill your tanks with gas and put some snacks in the RV or car, whatever you're in.
Our buddy Ed Richards is staying at home. Ed, you're a smart man. Yeah, we knew that. Awesome, Ed. Your traffic on I-10 there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana is about the worst stretch. That's the worst stretch of traffic on all of the I-10, and it's bad enough, right? Robin Ostermeyer.
We traveled from Pennsylvania to Swan Bay Resort in Alexandria Bay, New York, to watch the eclipse.
Well, Robin, go on. I think you're a member of our community. So go on the community, post some pictures of everybody you're with. In fact, everybody that is at the eclipse, if you're having an eclipse party tonight, post those pictures on the community because a lot of people wish they could go, and you can help share the excitement by just posting those communities. We'd love to see them. Have fun, Robin. Jeff Burke.
We live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The eclipse will be in our backyard, you might say. Many local businesses and schools will be closed.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think that's really I think that's really a good idea.
Yeah,
people trying to pick up their kids after school or whatever, and enjoy it, embrace it.
Yep. Let's see, Bradley Olson.
A great job on your recent video on water hoses and filters. What length of hose do you think is best?
I recommend a 35-foot, Brad, and that's the one we have. it's, obviously between 25 and 50. Sometimes 25 is right on the edge, and 50 can be sometimes too long. 35 we have found is a sweet spot. And on Amazon, we use that Evil Flex hose, and you can find that. There's a link to it in a blog post we did on the podcast, and also on our YouTube channel where we showed it. But I really like that. I had it in Tennessee, and it's actually wound up underneath me here now in the RV. And no memory. You can just wind that up really easy and tight, and it doesn't have kinks, and it's great. Evo Flex it's called, from Camco, and we recommend the 35-foot length.
And do they still recommend every year to get a new hose?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Particularly the water filter. A water filter, you should have two of them. You should buy two at the start of every season, put one on at the beginning, and about middle of summer in August, put the second one on, because there's always some water that stays in that filter, even though when you unhook it, you empty it. And you just don't want water to lie stagnant for a long time. So replace it about every 90 days. That's really what everybody recommends for a water filter.
No, I was talking the hose.
The hose, I think once a year. I always try to start.
Okay.
And I still have the other one I carry with me in case I have to have an extension if I'm
Yeah.
really long. Sometimes we're at a rally and you have to exchange it, So I always have last year's that I use as a backup, but I always start with the new one.
And then
too.
you got one to help somebody out in case.
Yeah,
in
sometimes
case they need
In
it.
fact, I did that the other couple of months ago at a campground. Matthew Blau.
Have you ever had a handicap accessible RV? What class was it? And do you have any idea of the price increase for such a rig from a non-accessible unit?
Yeah, Winnebago. Now, I have not followed this closely, but we did a tour, and I think we did a video on it
Mm-hmm.
at the Tampa show. It was a Class A because you needed that size to make the aisle big enough for a wheelchair. You needed to have extra wide doors to get that wheelchair into the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But Winnebago did make, and I think they probably still do, a handicap accessible Class A. As to the extra costs, I don't know. I'm sure there would be some because it's, they scale their pricing because they produce a lot of them. And that would be one that they have to do kind of like a special build on. But Winnebago was very active in promoting that it made a handicap accessible RV, and it was a Class A.
And that was a couple of years ago. So, we haven't followed through with that. So maybe somebody else is making them. And I'm
Yep.
sure if it was a couple of years ago, they've made them even better.
Yeah. So, but check it out, Matthew. That's the best I can give you. Sandy.
Hi, Mike and Jen. My question is about your opinion of the drivability or nimbleness of the Class Bs you have driven in comparison with your LTV Wonder.
Well, the Wonder is technically a C, but they call it a B plus. It's on the Ford Transit 3500 chassis. We did drive a Ford Transit 30. Was it a no? We drove. I think it was a 2500. However, I will say that the Wonder was very nimble. I had no problems with it. The Class Bs are smaller, so obviously they're going to be a little more nimble. The one that I think, and I don't want to give away our series before it starts, but we were very impressed with the drivability of the Ram ProMaster. It really handled well, and it was probably now the Transit's excellent as well. When we got into the big 3500 Mercedes Sprinter chassis, obviously that's quite a bit longer. It's 24 and a half feet, something like that. But the ProMaster and the Transit were both extremely maneuverable. And of course, the pricing on Class B compared to the Leisure Travel and Wonder was considerably less. They're still expensive, but way less than the Wonder. So I hope that helps, Sandy. They're very nimble, all of them, but the smaller, the more nimble. Jean Newman.
My husband and I are replacing our toilet in our RV. Do you have to put a seal down?
Well, there is a seal. I never would. Even if I knew how to do it, I would not do that job. but I believe that you would put a new seal under a new toilet. That just makes sense, Gene. So that's my thought on it. Now, maybe you don't have to if it's brand new, but you would probably want to put a new seal that came with that new toilet.
Yeah, I would think when you bought the toilet, they would make recommendations for what you needed. Call an RV dealer, call
Whatever it
whoever
is,
you bought it from.
you don't want to skimp
No.
on something like that.
No.
So give it a try. But I would have someone else do it. I just am saying a lot of people do their own jobs and they're very comfortable, but I'm not going to mess with that. Chris Mando Biondo
At
Fort Belvoir Army Base Travel Camp in Virginia. He's been there for a couple months on a
right
work
next to
process.
the river.
Right. So you're living in a van down by the river, huh, Chris? Say hi to Amy, and we hope you guys are have a good day. I don't know if you'll get much of a view of the eclipse tomorrow, but be safe there. Linda Baker.
We live in Lower Michigan and expect 95% total coverage. Good enough for us to just stay home.
Just to stay home. That's what we're going to do at our Michigan property. I did not have to drive today, and I was delighted. Now, we have a small lake on these 10 acres here, and Bo and I took a walk this morning, and oh my goodness, it's busy. We've got Canada geese that are nesting. We have sandhill cranes that are nesting. We've got mallard ducks that are nesting. I pulled my trail cam this afternoon, and we have 1 million coyotes. I think I have a picture of one.
I doubt if we have 1 million.
Not 1 million,
I
but
think
they come through.
2.
They come through every night. Let me show you. Here's one of my night pictures of a coyote.
Right.
So did you see that little guy? As Jennifer says, needless to say, Bo. Oh, by the way, let me bring that up again. That is our house with the lights. Do you see the
Looks
lights
like a
on?
pumpkin.
Yeah, it looks like a pumpkin. That is our house. And I had I went lots of stuff, but we have like a regular super highway in here. So
And since we've been gone for 3 months,
without Bo chasing them away,
the critters, but Bo was a bad boy today. He went to the neighbors.
He was chasing chickens. Neighbors, a couple down have chickens, and
he's never done that before. The chickens come to our yard and he ignores them, but he went to their yard.
No, they were right in our yard. But,
they were in our yard.
He wasn't. He was after him and following him, but I think he
wasn't
live
aggressively.
He would live and let live.
He was kind of curious as to what they were.
Yeah.
Well, here I thought he was being a bad boy.
Deborah Von Beck, where do you get travel insurance if you're traveling to Canada for 10 days? Well, we'll be traveling to Canada for 27 days, and we are going to get ours through RV Fantasy Tours. And if you just go to their site, RV Fantasy Tours, they have a thing about insurance. There are other companies that offer it. Just do a search for, temporary insurance for Canada, but we will get medical insurance, temporary medical insurance for the two of us for our trip to the Canada Maritimes through a company they recommend and use. And I'm sure you could get it for whatever you're going to, but RV Fantasy Tours, and you can go to their website.
Now, when we used to do our little Johnson to Canada, do we have insurance?
No. I mean, I just went for a day or two, Yeah, I know. This is a long one, and we're a long ways away. And we are both sick, as a matter of fact, right now.
Excuse me.
Well, if you can cough,
2 weeks.
I can't do that.
2 weeks for me.
It's been 10 days for me. I have a sore throat.
Oh, enough of this.
Stop it. Who's doing that? Oh, we are doing that.
Oh.
But have I told you lately that I love you?
All right, enough of
not
that.
do
No,
that.
you got to get the point at the bottom, and
Okay. You got to show the camera.
right. It might make a heart.
Oh,
it does.
And your love for me just makes me so excited.
Oh, you're not going to get fireworks.
I'm not going to get fireworks.
No, you're not getting fireworks.
John Ford has a question. Enough of us fooling around here.
Okay. Hello from Tomball, Texas. My wife Peggy and I have had 4 towables, a starter, 5th wheel, too big, went small, 26 foot, too small. Now our Goldilocks, 29 foot, just right. Desire for a B. Are we crazy?
Well, come back a week from tomorrow, from yesterday, and you can find out whether we're going back to a B permanently. But you might be, John. I mean, give it a try. Go camp in a B for a while, even one night, and see if that's what you want. Now, for going here and there and everywhere, and having a place to sleep overnight, and neighbors or relatives, that's great. But I would not want to go on long-term camping trips anymore in a B. I shouldn't. I'm giving away my story before. I'm giving away the story before within the lead. So, anyway, John, go try one, rent one. Just go rent one and go on a 3-day trip or a long weekend trip and see how comfortable you are.
It's what you're looking for.
And they're
whether you
fun.
have a dog or 6 dogs and your body size, whether you're a big person or a person that's not quite as large.
Just 2 people, it's pretty easy. We are with Bo, our 70-pound Norwegian Elkhound, and he does not like the bee. I'll tell you that. He's spoiled. It's the whole back seat in our truck that tows our fifth wheel.
He prefers the truck where he can look out the window.
And this fifth wheel is 35 feet long, so it's not too big.
And it really is true how it just kind of does become one.
And RU fan says if a 26-footer was too small, a B will be way too small, and that's what I would say as well.
Yeah, because a large B, 24 feet?
Yeah.
And man, you're hauling stuff front and back. You got to learn how to leave stuff at home and just take what you need. Plan your meal.
The thing that surprised me when we had our road treks, we had storage cabinets along the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't big. There wasn't a lot of room, but there was room for outside storage. None of the 5 RVs that we tested had outside storage. And the only storage you had was inside in cabinets. A couple of them underneath the bed, but man, there was no storage. So anyway, that whole series starts next Saturday. And then a week from Saturday, we'll give you our wrap up and conclusions. And
I won't say what I was going to say next because that's probably for the series.
Okay. Jody McCain.
Can you have a full AGM battery, according to ZAMP, and it not be good? I have no power to my thermostat, 6 months old, but the 12-volt lights work. All the wires in the thermostat are tight and fuses are okay.
I would say that your battery is probably fine. And I would look in your furnace. There's a thing called the SAIL switch, SAIL, and that often is the cause of the thermostat not working. You probably want to have an RV tech look at it. Just look up mobile RV tech near me. These are very easy fixes, but they got to have the switch. That's the normal cause for it. If your 12-volt lights are working and the thermostat lights are tight and the fuses are all okay, it's an issue with your furnace, not your thermostat. It's probably your furnace. So check that out. That's my best suggestion. It could be, I suppose, your thermostat too, but if it's only 6 months old, I doubt that that's the problem. So give it a try. Cynical Chuck.
After a month through the Smokies, the Keys, and the Florida Panhandle, we are now parked in the path of the full totality.
That's pretty good. You get 2 nights for the price of 1. It's short term that first night, but the second one's great.
It sounds like a wonderful trip.
Sounds like you have had a great trip, Chuck. Enjoy it and have fun with the eclipse tomorrow. So many are there. Melanie Carlisle.
What is your opinion on the quality of new or newer fifth wheels? You hear a lot about flex frame issues.
Yeah, you hear a lot about it because, a couple of people have made a big deal out of it. And it has been a concern. Lippert has had some bad press over it. I think Alliance RV has had some issues. A couple of other YouTubers had problems and so focused a lot of attention on it. In general, the quality of new RVs up and down the board is not what it was when we first started, even 12 years ago, and people were complaining then. I think, the problem is the more you spend, the better it should be. The flex frame issue, I think they've got a grip on that. I don't think it's not every RV, and you need to just look into whichever one you're looking. On the other hand, there's been one of the fifth wheels that, in fact, I'd like to get a hold of one of them and do a review on it, is the Brinkley. If you have not looked at the Brinkley fifth wheel, they are probably the highest quality fifth wheel that we have found on the market. any place. The company's got an interesting company. It's not owned by any big, huge conglomerate. They make a beautiful fifth wheel. And if we were to replace our Montana High Country, which is a fairly high-end fifth wheel from Keystone, if we were to replace that, it would probably be with a Brinkley. But I'd like to get one and review it. We've done a tour of it when they first came out 2 years ago. They now have a brand new factory in Indiana. They lured many of the other RV workers from other companies because I think they were the first to have air conditioning and throughout all of it. Every
where
part
they
of
build.
it, where they actually do it on the line. And a lot of people went there. Their benefits were better, and I think so. You got to probably a little better quality of employee. They're pretty neat RVs, and I'd like to give it a
We are
try.
very happy.
Yeah,
with what
now
we
this
have.
one, this
is
has been
awesome.
great. We have really enjoyed this.
No complaints.
This Montana High Country fifth wheel. It's just
Very nice vehicle.
and it's we've had it. Well, it'll be a year in August, and not a single issue at all.
Well, just a couple little things, but they were easy fixes.
And they were my issue.
Yeah,
they were my
very,
cause.
very, very minor.
Yeah, yep. So very
little.
Mark Shaw.
Excellent video, picture, and audio this evening using the Starlink.
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, and I just tested, and I was getting an upload speed of about 80 gigabytes or gigs per second. Bits per second, and man, it's awesome. And I'm using a couple of new things. This is the new Elgato Wave microphone, which is a kind of a high end. I've been playing a little bit with the volume on it, and I can't show you the camera, but it's also the Elgato FaceTime. Is it not FaceTime? FaceCam, the Elgato FaceCam Pro camera.
And I am really glad that I talked you into doing this tonight.
Because it's raining outside there. Yeah.
Well, it's just, are you guys like this? Do you like to just go sit in your RV? I mean, it's at home in your driveway or whatever. Do you just like to go out there and sit? And it's kind of like camping.
It is kind of
I mean, this is kind of bad because, we just got home yesterday. And I'm saying, let's do it from the RV.
And we love it. And I don't know if you can see the chairs behind Jennifer and the TVs in front. And we'll stream TV. We sit in those chairs. We relax. We have the fireplace going. We just turned it off a minute ago.
This is like a little
retreat.
Cabin.
Yeah, it's like a little cabin. And
it's very, very comfortable.
It's the first RV that I'll come out here and work some days. Yeah, yeah.
It
is home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. You're like
very comfy.
Melanie Carlos hosts a nice note about our under the weatherness.
Oh, we hope you both are feeling better soon. You have no idea.
Yeah, we do.
It's been 6 months for me since I had that botched ablation. I've been trying to crawl out of this hole.
Yeah. Hey, if you just joined us, I told everybody earlier on Thursday night, I'm going to put together a Amazon live stream on 25, count them, 25 RV must-have products for the camping season. And they're fun. They're sitting out in a pallet in my garage right now here at the Michigan property, and I'll have to go through them all. I've got a few of them up, but not all 25 yet. And I love doing these Amazon live streams. They're kind of like an Ask Us Anything, except they're show and tell. We bring out all this gear and show it to you and talk about it and answer questions and just have a lot of fun. That'll be Thursday night at 7:00. And if you haven't subscribed to our Amazon live feed, would you go to that address and do so? And when you do, then you'll get a little note that, hey, they've scheduled one for Thursday at 7. We also put a link on our RV lifestyle community, but we'd love you to be a part of that if you don't mind.
Tell everybody, Bo, here we got this great big fifth wheel, and he's got his own sofa that he gets to sleep on. But he was feeling a little under the weather, so just like a child, he was sleeping with us.
Yes.
Except when you don't feel good. I mean, I don't know what your kids were like, but you go to mama
Yeah.
I think when you want excitement and adventure, you go see you. But when you don't feel good or you want to get fed,
He cuddled you all up. Like, now, how did that happen? I didn't put that.
I don't know. My hands fly around.
Oh, yeah. She's not Italian, but you'd think she is. Uh, yeah, he did not feel. We were really actually kind of worried. We don't know what happened. He was very
Well, I'm
lethargic,
still
and
kind of. I know he's so happy to be home and have
yeah.
his 10 acres.
So he's having fun. But he was a little crowded, but he was cuddling you the whole night. So
Oh yeah,
wow, that's pretty good.
yeah. You were.
Yeah, you go see your mom. Yeah, but he's a big dog, 70 pounds. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Melanie Carlisle.
Oh, there's a lot of phony eclipse glasses out there. Buyer beware.
Yeah, I
Thank
heard that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding everybody.
When we were in Indiana at one of the rest areas, they were giving away them, but they were out of them. So, but they were giving them away for free, which I was very surprised. That was really a nice thing to do.
Well, I think because I tend to worry about things I shouldn't worry about. I always have worried about the glasses because I thought I don't want to look up and
look like that.
be
Yeah.
blind for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, it's cloudy. We were going to actually start this outside. It was fairly nice today. We're in Michigan. You see the trees behind us are starting to bud, but not for a while. But it's raining. There's a kind of a rain that's nasty drizzle. It's supposed to end, and then it's going to be clear tomorrow for the eclipse.
But I love being in the RV and hearing the rain.
Yeah.
I've always wanted a metal roof on our house.
Yeah. If we were to build a barn dominium in Tennessee, which some of our neighbors are doing, that would be fun with that metal roof. It really would be. Okay, I think we've gotten through most of the questions. So thank you to Phyllis, who's been helping moderate all those on Facebook and from our community, and Chris over on YouTube. Thank you for being there.
I hope someday we can meet Chris. Chris, look out! I want to meet you.
We keep telling Chris he's got to get a webcam so we can pop him on. But oh well. But Chris is there, and we value him so much. So again, let's see. Newsletter tomorrow. We got a lot of interesting stories in the newsletter. That goes out every Monday, the big newsletter, and then the podcast. I think the podcast this week we're going to talk about adjusting the alignment of your headlights on your RV. If you have a motorized RV, or if you have a truck and you tow something, with these LED lights, they're so bright. And so many RVs and trucks have their headlights all out of alignment. And we're going to talk about how you do that and what the problem is, some of the interesting information about LED headlights. And that'll be the interview topic on the podcast. And then, of course, all the latest RV news and social media buzz. Thursday night, 7 o'clock is our Amazon Live feed. Please check that out. And then next Saturday, we will start our 5-part series on our Class B reviews, followed by the following Saturday, 6-part, which will give us, we'll share our thoughts, what we liked best, what we didn't like, and then whether a Class B is ever going to be in our future again. Is it? You'll have to tune in to find out. But we sure had a lot of fun.
We had a couple tempt us.
A couple did tempt us pretty strong. So we'll let you know. I don't want to give anything away. All right. Thank you guys for being there and watching with us tonight. And we hope that for those of you watching the eclipse, make sure you have good glasses and enjoy yourself. Don't let the traffic get you down. If you can, stay an extra day. Let the traffic clear. No road rage incidents.
Oh. Yeah.
No,
tell them that.
No, we did see a pretty bad road rage incident, but I'm not going to go into any of that. No. All right, we'll see you guys. What we weren't involved in.
We weren't involved in it.
I let it. If you want to drive crazy and yell at me, you just go right ahead. That's your thing. We are calm on the road.
Oh.
All right, except on I-65 in Louisville, which continues to be the worst highway in the United States. Pretty close to it. I will say they fixed up some of it south of Louisville, but Louisville is still a mess. And Birmingham, Alabama is getting better too on 65. Enough. We're going to go inside, and Again, those of you in the RV lifestyle community, we'll see if the afterglow will hang out there a little bit after we come in from the RV. We're going to leave the fireplace on and just chill out for a little bit, and we'll see you all again. Have a great week, everybody. Be safe with that eclipse.
Happy trails.